Dr. Casper here, and welcome to The Political Scientist. Hi there, this is The Political Scientist, Dr. Casper, and I'm here to talk about what is Ruto's next move. I talk about consolidating through solidarity. And today that is the talk that we're going to have today. What does Ruto need to do? Supreme Court has decided. Ruto is president. So here are my thoughts about the next steps forward for Ruto. Let's look at certain ways in which he can do something called consolidation through solidarity. All right? New elections, new possibilities. All right? So one thing he needs to do is, number one, he needs to create strategic councils. And I'll talk about 5. One is the Next Generation Council, Next Gen Council. I think he should create a council for young professionals. Kenya is mostly a young population, but the youth voice has been suppressed. And I think he needs a council as somewhat of an advisory council for the next generation and include some of those people even in his cabinet. So he needs a new gen council for the next generation to feel included. And that's one way he can bring consolidation through solidarity. A second council that he needs to seriously create and push out there is a faith council, all right, led by somebody like Apostle Teresia Wairimu. Because the X factor that helped Ruto become president was the church. The church, not only by faith, but also in numbers, were behind Ruto. So Ruto needs to be very careful about how he will handle the church both now and through the next 5 years. He needs to create a faith council that is led by and organized around the church that helped him get to where he is. The third council that he needs to create is the Economic and Prosperity Council, led by somebody like Vimal Shah. And he needs an economic council because one of his biggest things was about a bottom-up economic approach. So he needs an economic council by the best in Kenya, both from the corporate, working class, lead industrialists who will help him carry out that vision and bring legitimacy to the process. The fourth council I think he should have is a press council, led by somebody like Watson Karuma. And the reason why he needs a press council is because, you need, a lot of people have, yes, government spokesmen are good, and yes, you do need them. But one of the things is you need a press council so that the press can also feel that they're included in the process, and a free press, free information. I mean, you clearly saw what happens when the press is controlled. And we saw that in some cases even during the election. And so we need a free press, and I think that can be very good in consolidating through solidarity. A final council that I think Ruto should have is a Criminal Justice Council, led by somebody like PLO Lumumba. And the reason why is because he needs even some of those retired minds, those emeritus, to come back, because there have been a lot of injustices in Kenya's history. And we need to find ways to deal with some of the challenges of the past. And a proper criminal justice council whose aim is not just punitive, but whose aim is restorative justice. It needs to include a restorative justice process, even including some of the people from the Faith Council to deal with some of the historical challenges and damages that have made us not be as united as we could have. And so this, I think, criminal justice includes the law, it includes security, police and the rest, law enforcement. It includes restorative justice. And so I think if Ruto was to do this, I think what he will do, he will be able to consolidate the state through solidarity rather than through force. Okay, so that's my quick sense about what Ruto should do. As I said in previous videos, I believe that he should make sure that he consolidates the state. He should avoid at all cost protest or violent protest between now and getting into power. He needs to get into power as quickly as possible. As soon as he is in power, he needs to get rid of anybody who has been politicized within the military, police, or any other security system, and needs to make those systems professional again. He needs to avoid third handshakes or any handshakes. Then he needs those 5 councils. He needs a council that is the next gen council for the young people of Kenya. He needs a faith council for his X factor that helped him get into power. He needs an economic prosperity council led by our top industrialists. He needs a press council to make sure that it's free and it's open. And he needs a criminal justice council to deal with some of the historical injustices that we have witnessed in the country of Kenya. I believe he does this, there will be new politics and there will be new dimensions for Kenya. And so this is the political scientist. I just wanted to give 2 thoughts on the way forward and the way I would advise Ruto's administration to go. If you've liked our video or liked some of our previous videos, please share with at least 5 of your friends, like, subscribe, and let's grow the community and continue to actualize with the political scientist. Goodbye and be blessed.
Yeah.